Welcome to Intense, Insane, and Interesting. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Born in 1952, Vladimir Putin became the leader of Russia in 1999 and has been running the country for 20 years. He is currently the president, but has also served as either the prime minister or president of Russia at various points during his tenure. Putin's period in office has been dominated by territorial tensions with Eastern Europe and liberal reform. Putin has also put an emphasis on regime stability and tried to strengthen his image as a man of action. Here are 10 things you didn't know about Vladimir Putin. Number 1. He grew up in poverty. In 1929, Putin's parents married at the age of 17. At that time, life was tough, and at 18 during World War II his father became injured and disabled by a grenade. His mother was ultimately trapped and nearly starved to death during the siege of Leningrad. Putin was born in October 1952. 2 years after the end of the Leningrad siege, during which his only two brothers Victor and Albert died. The Putin's family lived in poverty after World War II. His father took a factory job and his mother swept streets and washed test tubes. The family lived in a communal apartment with several other families. There was apparently no hot water and lots of rats. Number 2. He was not a model student. In 9th grade, Putin was accepted to study at Leningrad School No. 281, which only selected the brightest students the city had to offer. It later emerged his gradebook was found by a Russian tabloid. Putin would often act out during singing class and speak in class, fight with his gym teacher, and get caught passing notes. He also stated that Putin would throw chalkboard erasers at the other students in addition to not doing his math homework. As it was stated earlier, he was behaving badly. He was at school when he developed an interest in a career with the KGB. Upon learning that they didn't take volunteers, he went to law school so that they could eventually recruit him into the organization. In 1975, he graduated from Leningrad. Number 3. He has reportedly broken records in judo. When Putin was 11 years old, he started practicing judo. Later, at the age of 14, he turned his attentions to sambo because it was a Russian martial art. He competed in sports in Leningrad and won competitions. He's written books about judo, co-authoring one in Russian and another in English. Number 4. He joined the KGB. Immediately after completing his law degree, Putin joined the KGB in an administrative position. He studied in Moscow at the KGB's Foreign Intelligence Institute under the pseudonym Platov. He served in the KGB for 15 years and traveled across Russia, and in 1985 was sent to Dresden in East Germany. He rose through the ranks of the KGB and eventually became a lieutenant colonel. However, in 1989, the Berlin Wall came down. 2 years later, the Soviet Union collapsed and Putin left the KGB. This wasn't to be the end of Putin's dealings with the KGB. However, in 1998, he was appointed the head of the FSB, the reconstituted KGB, 3 years after it was established. Number 5. Putin has been married 3 times and has 2 daughters. Putin's first wife, Lyudmila Sh. Krebneva, was a retired Aeroflot flight attendant. They were married in 1983 and had 2 daughters, Maria and Yekaterina. The marriage ended in divorce in 1991, and Putin is currently married to Katerina Putina, with whom he has a daughter, Maria. Number 6. Putin's wealth is estimated at $200 billion. There is no doubt that Putin is one of the wealthiest people in the world. He is estimated to have a net worth of around $200 billion. He has been able to acquire this massive wealth through his involvement in the Russian government and the oil industry. Number 7. Putin was awarded the Order of Honor in 1996, Hero of Russia in 1999, and received the Russian Federation's highest civilian honor, the Gold Star Medal, for his service to Russia. In addition to these awards, Putin has received numerous other domestic and international recognitions for his service to Russia. Due to his leadership role in the end of the Second Chechen War, Putin has been awarded the title of the Righteous Among Nations by Israel. In October 2008, Putin was awarded an honorary doctorate of law degree from the New York University Stern School of Business. Number 8. Putins Palace. The lavish and sprawling $1.37 billion estate overlooking the Black Sea is seen by some Kremlin critics as the ultimate symbol of Vladimir Putin's legacy of corruption. Dubbed Putins Palace, the 190,000 square foot mega mansion was purportedly built for his personal use with funds from billionaire oligarchs. He supposedly let them prosper so long as they shared the wealth in Russia's notoriously corrupt economy. The property features its own amphitheater, underground hockey rink, and private seaport. A no-fly zone exists in the airspace above, and there is also a no-boat zone to ensure total privacy. The small 800-square-foot apartment Putin claims is in stark contrast to the multi-million-dollar military fortress. Number 9. Putin loves the Beatles. You might not have guessed it, but Putin loves the Beatles. The Beatles were not permitted to be listened to in Red Square during the 1980s. Putin said that the Beatles were widely listened to in the USSR back in the day, despite officials not being too happy about that. Reports have surfaced that Putin is a big Beatles fan himself. That's the power of music. It can make anyone feel at home, regardless of their background or experience. When we imagine Putin as a Russian president who likes the Beatles, it shows he's not the typical rigid authoritarian leader. Therefore, it undermines the images of him as an ex-KGB agent and anti-humanist. This is a testament to the widespread use of music. Number 10. Putin has had many of his opponents and enemies poisoned. It appears that people who oppose the Kremlin have a higher chance of being poisoned than the general population. Poisoning is a serious issue precisely because it can be hard to detect and document. There are also legal hurdles to overcome when determining inflicted intent, which makes the punishment uncertain. In light of the Russian state's secrecy and denials, it is highly unlikely that suspected poisonings can ever be proven conclusively. Just recently, Alexei Navalny, who is a political opponent of Putin, was recently poisoned by the Kremlin. Luckily, he survived only to end up imprisoned in Russia. Talk about tough luck.